Hello and welcome to
Sestra-Tainment.
I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything entertainment.
So today I am going to start with something that I wouldn't have thought I would start with, which is a Tyler Perry series.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm always like, sometimes
Yeah, you don't
the
like the Tyler
acting,
Perry
sometimes
stuff.
the wigs, sometimes, I don't feel like I have an issue. I don't know. Maybe I do. I guess I appreciate Tyler Perry for being that person who employs Black actors, the stage hands, the grips, everybody who comes into the production of everything that he does. So for that part, I'm very appreciative because I'm like, this is amazing. He's giving Black people the opportunity to be able to be like main characters. We know some people's names because of his work and the different things that he has done.
Yeah, he's given them the opportunity where they wouldn't have opportunities anywhere else.
People that you just wouldn't have even known about. However, it's the same rhetoric sometimes over and over and over again. It's but
I think it's because it sells so well because it is a lot of people's realities.
Yes.
That's the reason why. So I think that the disconnect is because it's not your reality. You can't get it.
Right. It's not my reality, but also can we make it so that way we can see a hopeful reality? Like, does it always have to be?
That's what Shonda Rhimes is for.
Reality is. But this one gives you a little glimpse of a hopeful reality, which is Beauty and the Black. Okay. So I'm behind on this. So some people who are going to listen to this and be like, wait a minute, hold on. They're already on season 2 and you're talking about season 1. Yes, I am. I'm behind. So people were talking to me and telling me that, this one's different. You should watch this one. This one isn't about the woman who, has been, outdone by a man and she's, scrounging to make ends meet. And, like Taraji's character, straws broke the camel's back, terrible life, terrible situations, terrible, terrible, terrible. So I start watching this. And they do have some people in here that's their story. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. However, there are people in this one that they at least have some prominence, so it's basically the way I look at this is like a Young and the Restless, where it is a, like at Young and the Restless, it's Jabot, like it was the Abbotts and they have, Jack Abbott and, all of his siblings and everybody is, a part of Jabot, and then they break off into their own companies and all these things are happening. And so with this Beauty and the Black, it is basically the name of the product that they sell. And it's like hair care and things like that. Hair relaxers. I'm going to get into that in a second. So the cast, let's go to that first. So the cast has Mallory, who's like one of the more prominent people in the family business. She's like the face of the business. She's played by Crystal Stewart. You have, her husband, who is Julian Horton. He plays Roy, and their last name is Valeri, I think is what it is. Valeri is their last name. So then you have their father, his father, is Horace Valeri. You have the brother, so the uncle and brother to Horace is Richard Lawson, who's Beyonce's ex-stepdaddy. And Richard Lawson plays Norman Valeri, his wife. Horace's wife. So you have the main character who is Roy, and his mom is Debbie Morgan, which I'm so glad to see Debbie Morgan. I just love her. She's so funny. I like her acting. I love her dimples. And she plays Olivia Valeri, but she also curses like a sailor in here. I'm like, who is this? Okay, I see.
I've noticed that she has dentures now when she talks, and she has that lisp now,
the denture lisp.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have Stephen G. Norfleet. He plays Charles Valeri, so that's the brother. So you have Horace and Olivia, who have 2 sons who are Roy and Charles. Charles is of the LGBTQIA world, and he is out for everybody to see and love. However, there's another family member who's a part of that group, but they're on the DL. So, they have an attorney who is Terrell Carter. So he's a little bit of eye candy. He plays Varney. You have, I haven't even gotten to the people who have the down on your luck situation, but that's Kimmy, played by Taylor. I think it's Polidor is how she pronounces her last name. And you have, who was the other guy's name? I can't think of what his name is. But you have another person, and I can't find him now. But anyway, he is on here as well. Oh, Xavier Smalls plays Angel. And then you have her best friend, Rain. And her name is Amber Rain, funny enough. So anyway, long story short, the show starts with Roy having a encounter with a female prostitute, basically. And he's like, wait, you're supposed to come in, look a certain way. You're supposed to, be sexy. You're not looking sexy, so get out. So he kicks her out. Basically, so that's Kimmy, and Kimmy and Rain are like, oh, now we have to go because this guy, I forgot to talk about him, Charles Malik, he is Jules. He's like, look, you kids did some bad things in your life. I'm the cop that arrested you. So therefore, what I'm going to do is get you in front of a judge who I know will let you go, but now you're indebted to me. So give me your driver's license, give me your passport, give me everything, and you got to earn this back from all the legal fees, everything I'm taking care of. So you probably owe about $30,000. So you work in the strip club until you pay back the $30,000 that you owe me.
Isn't that what they do? What the coyotes do or whatever when they bring people
over from other countries? They take everything and then
and it's like you have to work it off, and it's like you never work it off. We just have you.
We just have you forever, right? We own you basically, and that's how they feel, is that they're owned. And so Kimmy sees that there's this scholarship that's going on, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I really want to get this money from Beauty and the Black, so that way I can go ahead and be able to start a new life and start on fresh and maybe help my sister who is back at home. I had to leave her, but she's back at home and she's with my mom who's with this abusive guy. And so if I can get my sister out of that situation, that'll be great." So she's there trying to win the scholarship, but at the same time knowing that, shucks, I'm supposed to be over here doing my prostitute duties. So I'm going to get my butt kicked because of the fact that I didn't show up on time. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Or maybe it was just her dancing. I can't remember which thing she was supposed to do that night. But long story short, you get to meet the face of Beauty and the Black, which is Mallory. And Mallory's so sweet. It's so kind and so, you just hear her talking, and I'll just show you a cool little clip, of the lady just saying how amazing Mallory is.
I definitely didn't come from money. I can tell you that much. I had very humble beginnings. I remember my foster mother. She treated me pretty poorly. She took me to a monster that they were having.
Talking about all these things that have happened in her poor childhood. Well, she's forgotten all about that stuff because now she's got money. And she was left with this prominent family. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they took her in. Then she and the son got married. And now they are the couple and, all of this kind of stuff. So even though she married into the family and and had humble beginnings, she is kind of running the show. And her husband.
Wait, she was raised with them?
Yeah, when her mom, who was her foster mom, dropped her off her, somehow she ended up being absorbed by this family because of some program that they had set up. And so, long story short, she is not all that she appears. So Mallory and her husband, Roy, they have an interesting relationship, but yet very volatile. Okay. Very volatile relationship. He's pretty much always on coke or high and drunk. He does his thing. She does her thing, I guess. So that's kind of their dynamic. You have the father. Mm-hmm. He and the mother are separated. So Debbie Morgan's not married to him anymore. And everybody treats her like she's the bad person. But I'm still trying to figure out if she really is. Okay. You have the son who's like, look, I just want to be out and be free and be me. And I also want to be involved in this company, whether y'all want me to or not. But I'm a party guy and I like to have fun. So don't have, me at these meetings at the crack of dawn or anything. But let me at least, make sure that I'm involved in some way, shape or form. And then you have the brother who is the uncle to the boys, and he is upset because in the first episode, what happens? Somebody gets hit on a private road heading to kind of a compound that all of the family members live on. So, of course, who did this? who hit his wife. She's now in critical condition. And so he is ready to burn the whole family down. He's like, I don't care. I love this woman with all my heart, and somebody is going to answer for the fact that they ran her down on a private road. So it has to be one of these family members. So he comes in, guns a-blazing, basically, and is like, who did it? I know one of y'all did it. It's a private road. What happened? And the whole show, I'm just like, are we ever going to see what the woman looked like? Like, because he's talking about this love of his life and this woman, and she's just like all in the stuff for laying in the bed and gauze and the thing going down her throat and everything. And I'm just like, are we ever going to see her? But I finally got to see her. I'll just put it to that, because I was just wondering, like, who is this lady? Like, is it an actress I know? Or
I wonder if they had to just redo the actress. So they was like, just put a whole bunch of gauze on her until we refill the position.
Because they finally show, who she is. And I was just like, oh, okay, got it. Like, that's weird that they took this long to show who it was. But yeah, so then you're going down this rabbit hole of who did it, right? Who hit this woman? And that whole thing unfolds. You have Jules, who is the person who is pimping out these folks, but does everybody even know that's what he does on the side? Like, so he's security for the family, but who in the family knows, oh, but you also are literally running a sex trafficking ring at the same time, which is horrific in itself. It's so many layers and so many scenarios going on. And just now, before we started recording, I was watching towards the end. I'm not even at the end. It may be the next to the last or something like that episode of the first season. And I'm just like, it made my mouth drop. I was like, wait, she did what? So yeah, there's some craziness going on here. Is the acting great? No. Like, I feel like it's just like one of those things where it's like, what are you saying? You don't know me. And then here's pause. Well, I'm not saying I know you. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying that you're acting strange. Pause. Well, if you don't know me, how do you know I'm acting strange? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, some of this acting. So I literally have been watching a lot of it on like 5.15 and 0.20 speed, just so that it will just get the story going. Because I'm like, I mean, it's the story is going, but like talk faster, like get it.
But it's like a soap opera.
But I found that that's what Tyler Perry did with his 30-minute shows. Is that it probably was more like, you got like 22 minutes, I think, is what it is with the commercials, and his show was probably more like 16 or 17 minutes with what he had. Yeah. But then if he had people pause and take longer to say things, then it took it
basically
to
now it's
minutes.
A movie, which is now whatchamacallit. But there's a lot of TV shows that I've watched that have been like, this could have been a movie. Y'all just spaced it all out and gave me a whole bunch of information I didn't
even need, and you
for this just to make to make it a movie.
8 whole episodes, 8 whole hours of my life.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why the Britons do it, the British do it so that it's just 4 episodes. It's like, we ain't got that long of a story to tell. It's a little longer than a movie, but it ain't as long as a series. So we're just going to stick with a good 4 hours, and then we'll see you in a year or so. Yeah. Yeah. So anywho, but that's Beauty in the Black. I'm in it now, shout out Terry. He's the one who was like, no, you should check it out. And somebody else told me too.
Are you going to finish it?
It was. I'm going to finish it. Yeah, I'm going to finish it.
How many seasons is it?
It's just 2. So I'm at the end of 1 now. So I'm like, okay, so whenever I'm taking a break and I just want to have something on, then I'll put it on. But it's got some good storylines to it. A whole lot of sexual innuendos or sex and all of that. But not as much as I think your hunting one.
Hunting Wives? No.
I don't think it's that much. But so there's things that happen in a strip club.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably the same amount of sex.
Maybe.
It's like maybe twice per episode.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. And if you hear that, that's Chico.
It's Charles.
Charles, Chico, Chico, he is got something in his craw, as they say. And so he is.
He's barking at something outside. It's probably a car that went by. Possibly. Or a leaf that blew.
It could be a leaf that just fell off of a tree. It is fall, so who knows? But every little thing, Charles is there. So
yes.
All right. So what you got, sis?
Okay. So what I have is Abducted at an HBCU, a black girl missing movie.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So what this is about is there's a young lady. Her name is Shannon, and she ends up being a college student who is struggling. She has no family.
Okay.
You know, she's struggling. She's short on her money for school, so therefore she's like really not eating. She's really not doing the, like, she's paying, all of her money is going towards school, where she's not putting money toward like herself or anything else.
Okay.
So, without her having any other money, this young man came up to her, and he doesn't go to the school, but he's just a gentleman who's there standing at a food truck, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you want something to eat? Look, I'm out here supporting young college girls. So if you want to get something to eat, go ahead. I got you. Don't even worry about it." And she was like, "Nah, I'm good." He was like, "Well, I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything." He was like, "I was literally just saying, I know how hard it is out here. And if you need something to eat, go ahead. I got you. You can go about your way after that." So he ends up getting her a lobster roll.
Okay.
That ends up being her nickname throughout the whole movie, lobster roll.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
One lobster roll does it?
Yeah. So they end up talking a little bit. She would see him around campus. He was always around campus. That would have been a red flag to me. Like, why do I always see you around campus, but I'll never see you with nobody? You're just always out here talking to girls. So the young lady named Shannon, she's actually played by Tynell Wavers, who you might have seen her on a couple of different things, but she was on your show, Parish.
Parish?
Yes. She played.
I don't even remember Parish now.
Paris is with Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Parish, I do remember. I was like,
Yeah, her name was Naisha. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to look it up.
Okay. So, and then the young man that she's talking to, his name in real life is Mark Hood, but in the movie, he goes by King. Now, they talk back and forth. You know, she's still skeptical about him. She's just like, "You just out here trying to get girls, blah blah blah." He was like, "No, like it's something different about you. I just want to talk to you." Anyway, so after a while, he's like, "Come on, let me take you out on a date. Let me get to know you." Takes her out on a date. They're having a good time. Then he slips something in her drink. And then everything just goes downhill from there. Now, while she is at this school, there is a counselor who was like her advisor. And that is played by Notori Naughton, who is the young lady who played Little Kim. She is, they call her Miss Ella. But Miss Ellen, she is the counselor. So now, with her being the counselor, knowing that Shannon has no family, no nothing, and she's struggling, and she's actually using Shannon like, "Hey, you know what? How about this? You come and help me out with this, and then I can give you, I can give you some tips, or I can, try to give you a letter of recommendation. I don't have any money or anything to give you, but I will help you out as much as I can." So with her having this going on, she was supposed to meet Shannon for lunch. She shows up to lunch. Shannon doesn't show up. She's like, "Oh, that's awkward." So, and then she was like, "Well, Shannon doesn't really have any friends because she just transferred here from a 2-year school." So now it's like, okay, well, how do I find out where Shannon is? She wants to go to the gentleman that she is dating, but on the sneak tip. Like, they don't want anybody to know they're dating. She's very, very private about it. And that is Jared Wolford. He plays Michael. He plays, God, I can't remember what they call him. But yeah, he plays Michael, and he's her love interest. Now, he is in charge of part of the school, so she's like, "Hey, let me get her address." And he was like, "I can't do that." She was like, "Well, my student is missing, and this is not like her." He's like, "Look, you don't even know her like that. It's still the beginning of the school year. Like, she just came from a 2-year school. Maybe this ended up being too much for her, and now she's gone ahead and, she's gone." She's like, "No, something just doesn't feel right. She would have told me."
Right.
So now she is trying to go down this rabbit hole of trying to find out where Shannon is. Now, as she's doing this, she starts asking around to different people, and there's one girl who Shannon has a class with. Well, actually, Shannon knows from I guess just being around her. I think they might have a class together, as well as they always see each other in the quad. This young lady actually is like a member of some club, like the president of some club or something like that. So she's always trying to get Shannon to do stuff. Shannon's like, no, I got to go home. I got to do this. Or no, I got to go out here and try to make some money or whatever. So she's like, girl, if you need me, I got you. You know, we are friends. We in here together. She was like, we really don't know each other, but we can get to know each other as long as we stick together.
Yeah.
So Miss Ellen goes and talks to this young lady, and she was like, yeah, I saw her last time hanging around this dude who's always up here. Don't go to this school, but he always up here talking to girls, trying to buy him stuff, trying to look all cute. So from there, Miss Ellen wants to get information about this gentleman, and as she's getting information about him, she bumps into him. She's like, hey, what's going on? You know, what are you doing out here? Are you a student? He just looks at her and is like, nah. And then turns around and starts talking to the girls again, and she keeps asking him questions, and he gets disrespectful. So now she's like, okay, so I definitely don't like you, and I think that you're up to something. So the whole story is about her trying to find Shannon. Now you do get to see everything that Shannon has gone through and is going through, but I don't want to go into everything that's happening with Shannon because he basically it's like, man, like you are something else. You are so different than anybody else. And, you know, I'm going to call you Lobster Roll because that was how I know you and blah, 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 blah. So he is basically trying to brainwash her to make her think that this is going to be something. He's trying to give her, he's like, if I give her reassurance, maybe she won't think about how she's not back at school and she's not doing anything for herself and she's just with me.
There with him.
Yeah. But
so she'll be getting that Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, like the Stockholm syndrome. That's what he's trying to do, but she's so smart, she's not having that.
Yeah.
But
is she making him think that she is having it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's not doing that. No, she's not doing that at all. But so what it is that it's Miss Ellen trying to find Shannon, as well as arguing with her boyfriend, who is somebody in the school big who can do something to help. And she's just like, you just one of those men who want to be in charge but don't want to do nothing. And I was like, wow, that is deep. Yeah, that is deep. Yeah. So there is some things going on between Ellen and Michael. There are some things going on with Shannon and everything that she's going through. There's things going around in the school. So now it's multiple things that are happening. And Shannon sees some young ladies that she's seen around town before, you know, in like different areas or whatever. So she's like, Shannon is the shy girl who doesn't talk to anybody. But then some of the girls that are also there, where she's at, are like the girls who are like outspoken and like got the bright pink hair and it's like, you know, hey, I'm about, like, I don't love nobody but me. Like I know I'm that ish. Like that's me. So she's around people like that. And in the movie you get, it's not the best, it's not like your movie, like your TV show, Beauty in Black. It's not the best production and it's not the best script, but the storyline is it's good and deep. Towards the end, the storyline becomes kind of like, that not really gonna happen, but it still is good enough to make you want to watch it, to understand some of the things that can happen. So, and then that way, that will give you, I guess, an insight as to what is happening with young ladies who are getting abducted and how easy that they can get abducted. Yeah. It was within 3 seconds she was abducted. It was extremely quick. And that's a very scary thing. So I think that the movie is good for people to watch. So, and then that way, especially if you do have young daughters, girls, then you can be like, look, you need to watch this movie because you need to look out for these context clues.
Yeah, these types of people.
Yeah, these types of people.
Situations.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you know, so I feel like the movie is good for that. But the storyline itself is missing some things. Or because you could tell it's a lower production, they didn't have enough money to make it into something that would have been better, like more, maybe more action or more things that were happening. A lot of the stuff you can see their all being recorded in like the same 3 spots.
Oh, okay.
The whole movie.
Gotcha,
So it's like on the school campus, but they're always in like the same basis.
This is what you had the rights to stand in.
Yeah. You can be here and you can be over here and over here. This is where you could do on this campus. Over here in this neighborhood, you can be here and you can be here. That's it.
Yeah. I got it.
So that's why I said like the production part of it, you could tell that they really didn't have enough money,
Or
but they got it through.
Produced it all in one day. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, it could have been like
here,
that. Well, I don't think
maybe not a
maybe,
day,
yeah.
but like in a week or something.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's just like, okay, in this week,
Yeah.
you can do da 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 da.
Yeah,
da,
exactly.
and film all your scenes right here. Then film all your scenes right here, and then
Yeah.
film all your scenes right there, and then we're going to the neighborhood.
Yeah, because you know it's so hard for Black people to get funding for movies. Yeah, because of the fact it's like nobody's gonna watch a movie. White people are the ones that go to the movies and spend money and stuff like that. Nobody's going to watch a movie about, a Black college girl getting abducted. So,
and then lo and behold, you go into a movie theater though sometimes. And
Yeah.
the things that they think that people don't want to see.
people
those
see,
are the things
yeah,
that
that people
are
won't
very
watch.
interested
Exactly.
in seeing. So, you
So,
just said that.
it was on the top 10 list on Netflix for a while. I want to say a few weeks, but it's not on there anymore. But once it was on there, I did go ahead and save it because I think it was like number 3 or number 2 or something like that. But I did go ahead and save it and went back to watch it. But it is good. I definitely think that people should watch it. The storyline, like I said, the storyline, the whole movie itself, great. The storyline and the way that things happen, not so much, but just getting the insight of how these things can happen is, I think, a great opportunity for people to be able to see that and be able to notice the red flags and be able to stay away from them.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. So check it out. Abducted at an HBCU, a Black girl missing movie.
Okay. And what was it on again?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. All right, what do you have next?
All right. So I have on Hulu,
Hulu.
which I'm back to watching again.
Oh yeah, I still don't have it. I see that Hulu took money out of my account. Nah, bro, that ain't gonna happen. Took money out of my account today. I canceled y'all.
Oh, you canceled it, yeah.
I canceled them before all of
this happened.
All this happened.
Yeah.
I canceled
Still
them.
taking money?
Yeah, they're still taking money. So I'm like, did I have 2 Hulus?
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to.
paying double the whole time.
I don't know. I gotta
Yeah,
see.
you gotta call them and check.
I need
and see.
Pocket
I talked
Rocket.
to
What is it?
Hulu.
Rocket
I had a way
Mortgage.
to-
What is
yeah,
it?
Rocket Mortgage.
Right.
No. But they have the
Yeah,
thing,
whatever it is. Yeah, where it's
something
supposed to tell
where
you
it tells you what
everything,
things you're
yeah.
signed into. Excuse me. So what I have next is TMZ, the war over OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
Which I didn't know there was a war over OnlyFans. However, it was like a little special. It's not really like a movie and it's not a documentary. It's just a special. But it is about OnlyFans with talking to people who have actually utilized it to a degry and done some things within
I should have jumped
OnlyFans.
on that bandwagon a long time ago.
Hey, I mean, there may still be time. You never know.
I feel like it's got to be something new now.
Well, a lot of people did jump on during the pandemic. Is
Yes,
what
yeah.
everybody is basically saying is like
That's what I should have
people
done.
Have made the most money was from the pandemic. And this is really about, Harvey from TMZ. He's like, hey, we're going to hear both sides of the story. And at the end, we're going to have people who are watching this at University of Arizona, I think. They had a classroom full of students watching this. And then they had like some older people just in some random, place where they do this type of polling. And they were watching it. And it was at the end to find out what percentage of people thought, hey, OnlyFans is destructive and people who do it regret it. Or OnlyFans, hey, do what you want to do. Do you, boo? Like, if you make money, you make money. If you don't, you don't.
I don't see how it could be destructive. You are actually doing it for you are in control.
Well, this is the thing. The whole documentary is talking to people who said, I did it and it was destructive and I wish I had never done it. And so based on that, that's why I say this is what the whole premise of it is. So long story short, they had people on there like Black China who had done OnlyFans. And so she was saying, like, look, I started off doing OnlyFans and I said, this is just a way for me. Like, wear a bikini. Like,
Why does this sound
whatever.
familiar? Like I might have seen like a clip of this. Because
might
was
have
her
seen-
sitting down like at a church or something
yeah.
like that? Yeah, because I said that the angle, I think I saw the preview for it. Because I said the angle of her, why does it make her hands and everything look so big? How she had her hands crossed sitting there in the church? But it was the angle of the camera was
right
right on her hand. So her hands looked so big, but then her body looked so tiny.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So, but no, she was sitting in a church, and she has
she's reborn,
rebaptized,
reborn,
everything.
Yeah.
And she actually has taken out a lot of the plastic surgery things that she had, and she's trying to just be more to her natural self. She doesn't even go by Black China anymore. Like all those things she's doing to just make
something
herself,
white.
I forgot what
is it Emily White or something like that. I can't remember.
But yeah, so just being her true, authentic self. And so kudos to her for that. But she was basically saying, like, I think for her, it was the way she kind of described it is like, you think you're only going to do, okay, let me go ahead and have this bathing suit on. But then the money gets good. And then you're just like, oh, wow, people are tipping you and giving you money. And then they're like, oh, just take off the top. Like, just take off the top. That's all you got to do. Like, take off your top.
Pressure.
So the pressure of that. And then she was like, and the next thing you know, you may feel like you're in a full porn thing. It's just crazy how this, can happen. And it's like the grooming that can happen from people you don't even know who are watching
I feel like if that is something that's going on, I feel like you as a person have something going on with you
that you're not strong enough
to be like, nah.
Yeah. And right. So in a way, I was just like, when I finished watching it, and I'll tell y'all, actually, I'll wait. I'll tell y'all at the end. But anyway, so you had people like her. You had some other people who were like, look, I started doing it. And then I realized, like, in the process of doing it, I had to like drink or do drugs or do something to continue to do it.
Yeah. So that means don't do it.
Then it becomes, like this whole thing, and it can be an addiction to the money and and then you keep going down and spiraling. You have somebody who he was doing OnlyFans, and somebody showed up at his job. And he was like, oh no, like what? What are you doing?
How did you know that?
This person,
because it was somebody who was local? The new
I don't know. They found him. No, they weren't in his state. They somehow found him, and they tracked him down to the gym he worked at, and they just rolled up on him in there. It's like, hey, I'm such and such from OnlyFans, like, and I'm so glad to meet you. And he was just like freaked out because he was like, no, this isn't how this is supposed to work. Like, it's not that we're really... like, I'm not really a friend of yours or really in a relationship with you or really like all of this is fake, kind of thing. But you have crazy people out here too who don't realize that it's all, for show, and it's all for the money, for lack of a better way of saying it. So yes, I may pretend like, oh, daddy, whatever you want. And then you're thinking, oh yeah, because she's my boo.
It's basically,
it's like, no.
It's still, was it sex working? It's still sex working.
And it was only one
but
person.
None of the Johns understand that this is just work. This is not my reality.
Right. And that's the part that I feel like there was really only one person who explained it as, I'm a sex worker. And I was just like, oh, everybody else is just like, I entertain. But
the thing is, it's like the category would be sex worker.
It would be. Well, depending on what you do, of course. And so
I don't know, because I mean, if it makes someone aroused, isn't that sex working?
I don't know. That's an excellent question.
Because there are women who were on there. There were women who were on there just sitting on cakes.
Yeah, but I can't. Well, this is what I'm going to say. I can't say that if a woman who is in her bathing suit, who is vacuuming or whatever, like you could be in your bathing suit walking down the street at the actual beach. Mm-hmm. Does that mean you're a sex worker because of the fact that somebody
if you're getting paid for it? But you're getting paid for it. Like I feel like it's the.
So it's the fact of getting paid is what makes you.
Yeah, because the people are paying you for their sexual entertainment.
Or just their entertainment. Maybe I just am paying because I want to be entertained by seeing a beautiful
And every
person.
man who goes to the strip club is just trying to help the girl get through college.
Right.
Exactly. Just trying to help her pay her light bill.
Playboy for the articles.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so that's okay. I get it. Yeah. You've convinced me. It's all sex work. Yep. So anyway, you have some moms who have like 4 kids, and the lady was like, "Look, I couldn't afford anything, so I just started off with just showing my daily life." And her whole skit, it seems like, is like, "What are you doing here? I'm getting ready to get undressed." You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
What are you
I'm sure that the guys probably like that. Probably eat that up. So like, yeah, you see me, girl.
Exactly.
You see me, I showed up at the right time.
Right. And so, but she's like, look, people might say things, but I'm here with my kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I made $200,000 last year. And I mean, I would be at work and could miss their games and whatever. And so then they have Amber Rose. And Amber Rose is like, look, I get up in the morning, I make my videos, I put it up, I put my phone to the side, I hang out with my kids, I hang out with my family, I pick up my phone, oh, I made $50,000, great. And I keep on living my life. Like she's like, my pictures were already out there anyway. I didn't realize that her assistant sold her pictures, her nude pictures.
Oh, okay.
They found them on the computer and then they sold them. And then, so pictures of her were out there. And so based on that, she was like, look, I'm just going to take ownership and say, look, it's 2020. Nobody's working. Yeah. And my pictures are already out there. So let me just go ahead and upload them and say, pay for them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was $50 a picture. I have no idea. But she just said, I made $1 million. She said, over time, she has made millions. She said, I don't want people in my pocket. Yeah. However, I make a great living off of this, and it affords me my life. And so she's like, I have no problem. You have another guy who is, what was his name? Dan somebody who used to be on like a Disney show or something like that. Dan Benson. And so he used to be on the Wizards of Waverly, something of another.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes. So
that was, I think that was Selena Gomez's show.
It's a little too young for me to have known about.
Yeah, I think that's the show that Selena Gomez was the
main person.
Yeah. And then they redid it.
Oh,
okay, they redid it, and now people have kids. The Wizards of Waverly Place now have kids.
And now their kids are the Wizards?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, he's on there, and he's like, look, the royalty checks from that, it's not even worth it.
There's no point in cashing it.
Yeah.
They probably charged me to cash it.
I know. It was funny. A friend of mine who is a Hollywood actor or whatever, he was like, yeah, I ended up getting a royalty check. It was 8 cents.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was so, exciting because it's like, well, he said it was exciting in a way because it was work he had done like 10 years prior. But he's like, when you get these 8-cent checks, you feel very embarrassed going to the bank and saying, hey, can you deposit this, or go into the machine and like, can you even put 8 cents into the machine?
Yeah. And then it's like, all right, let me stack up my checks, and it's like, no, they expire in 30 days.
Yeah, they're gonna expire in like a while.
So you're not even gonna get it to where you get $1 before you can deposit it.
Nope. So, but what Dan was saying is that he was trying to get money together for his dog because his dog was elderly and needed an expensive surgery, and he was like, I got to do anything I can do to save my dog. So he ended up going on OnlyFans, and that's how he saved his dog. So he's like, look, works for me. So you have all these people who are talking about the pros. Some people are like, look, now I got kids. I don't want my kids coming across the fact of this. Or now when they're going to be in school, they're going to be hearing about, your mom used to do blah, 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 You have on the other side people who are like, look, we are consenting adults doing what we want to do, making good money. What?
Yeah.
One was a college dean. No, chancellor.
Chancellor is what that guy was in the other show, but continue.
Oh, okay. So the college chancellor, he was like, yeah, me and my wife used to make movies all the time. And so we would make these movies about like naked cooking or something, I don't know. But it would be that they would invite somebody into their home. They would act like they're cooking something or making something, but then they'd end up in the bedroom.
So it's a full-on porno.
Basically. It was what him and his wife were doing in the privacy of their own home, and they decided, let's upload it. So they uploaded it. They said nobody seemed to care. They put it on OnlyFans. Nobody cared for a while. And then all of a sudden, one person at the school came across it, which I'm like, so you were on OnlyFans. But anyway. And then they told the thing, and he lost his job. His wife lost her job. But they said, you know what? Our little business that went from 3 subscribers
to now,
like 10,000.
Because now I want to see this dean and this chancellor together.
Yep, it was national news. Yeah. And so what ended up happening was they were like, great, that works for us. So they're like, now we travel the country and go to San Francisco and do our, deeds wherever the places are where you shoot your porn, and then you come back and they're living their best life.
That's
now.
cool.
And
the thing is, it's not
some clips of things.
But I mean, but it's like you're already gonna have sex because you're married.
You're married.
So it's like, if we record this and then people want to pay for it, then boom.
Boom.
It's not like I'm just sleeping with a stranger.
Nope. Well, they do invite strangers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Never mind
they do invite people into the works. So, like, for example, one of the scenes was him sitting there sipping, his wine, where this older woman comes up to his wife and then takes her into a space, So you're just like, oh, okay. So y'all don't always even do things together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And they explained that, look, we were married to other people. And then we decided, you know what? We weren't fulfilled. So, and we found each other. We said, look, we are going to be completely honest with each other of what our desires are. And we both had the same desires. So therefore, it works for us. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, look, it should be that the two consenting adults can do what they want to do. But obviously that's not what can happen because we got fired. So
yeah, that's true.
Just like, it's almost like this thing of, if you are working with what are considered children, teens, kids.
I don't know, because I feel like even if it was
might...
somebody who owned a business, like a CEO of a big company, like that CEO who was cheating on his wife and at the Coldplay thing. So like it doesn't matter. It's just, hey, you're doing stuff that's making us look bad.
Yeah.
You represent us, so therefore...
That's true. It's that morality clause that a lot of the contracts have when people start working for a company. So anyway, at the end, people made their voices heard. So I won't tell you if people thought it was good or bad, in regards to it. But my opinion personally, after having watched it, was, look, if you're not built for it, you probably shouldn't do it. Meaning, like you said, if you know that you might be susceptible to people saying, oh, but do this, but do that.
Yeah, and you're going to go ahead and go into it. Yeah, don't do it.
There's no real need to go into it. It probably will be something that you'll regret and you will, feel terrible about if you know you're going to have kids one day. And if your kids came to you and said, Mom, people told me blah, blah, blah. Dad, people told me. And you'll be mortified by that, then you probably shouldn't do it, right? However, for me personally watching it, I feel like some people are built for it. Like Amber's built for it. She was in strip clubs. She was already doing certain things, but she says, look, this is safer for me than it was then, where I had to have a huge security guard walk me out of the building at 3 a.m. with bags of money. Yeah,
you're an escort without even having to touch people.
Don't even have to touch people. Don't even. And so she's like, no, this is like, she was like, if you are in the middle of anywhere, like you could be that girl next door in the middle of Iowa or Kansas or whatever, and you can literally upload videos and you can make $100,000 and you're going to tell that girl, no, don't do that. Go work at Chick-fil-A? Like she was like, no, who would tell somebody to go work at Chick-fil-A versus make 100, 200? Like you could literally make a lot of money from that. So now I don't know if it's oversaturated at this point. If it's, somewhere where it's like.
And then especially if you're celebrity status, you're going to get a lot
because
more money.
Who makes a ton of money on there?
Who?
Denise Richards.
Oh, really?
She makes a ton of money. I was listening to her talk on a thing, and she was like, oh, I'll do pretty much anything. Like, she was like, I don't really care, and people will pay me for that. She was like...
That makes sense. I recently saw her in a documentary, and I was like, I didn't know that she spoke like that, and I didn't know that she acted that way.
Yeah.
So now it makes sense.
Yep. She was like, no. And I guess, with her, what was she in? Cruel Intentions or something? Like, something very
she was in Cruel Intentions, and then... Yeah,
and she was with Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
So who knows, So but no, she's just like, oh yeah. She said, show my boobs. That's
so I was watching the documentary, the Charlie Sheen documentary. I haven't finished it, but she was talking about. She was like, no, we had like a perfect relationship, perfect marriage. He was clean, I was clean.
Yeah.
She was like, the one thing that he had an issue with, that she had an issue with him was his porn collection. So he gave it to the other guy from 3.5 Men in a big paper bag and was like, hey, can you hold on to this for me?
Oh, really?
And he was like, it's legal. It's not anything bad. It's not drugs. But Denise is gonna be pissed if she finds it.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, they had a good relationship for a while.
Interesting. Gave it to Ducky.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm thinking pretty. But yeah, so okay, so but she makes a ton of money because again, it's Denise Richards, it's this fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when she was younger until now. Oh, Charlie Sheen element to it. Oh, she's a mom. Like it's all these different things to it that make it so that different people would want to watch her for different reasons.
Correct.
And so, but now she's like no shame in my. Well, at least she was doing it. I don't know if she's
I wonder
still
what
doing it
older lady models or actresses are on OnlyFans and like have that grown man who's still in that teen boy phase nostalgia. I wonder if there's anyone
like a Helen Mirren type.
Yeah.
Who is on OnlyFans.
I wonder if there's anybody.
Check me out.
Like I mean, like a Raquel Welch.
I mean, you never know.
You know how many 60-year-old men would probably be on there going crazy? Like, I've always wanted Raquel Welch or something. Yeah.
But all right. Well, but that's what I had. So it's the OnlyFans, the OnlyFans debate, the war. So the war over OnlyFans, TMZ presents, and it's like, does it destroy lives or does it just enrich them because people are doing what they want to do and making great money for it? So, you'll be the judge if you watch it. So it was really fast.
Okay, word.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So my next one that I have is The Naked Gun, the 2025.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, look. You can watch it or no. That's what this one is for me. So I grew up in the era of the original Naked Guns.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it was the Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. Surely does.
Yeah, I mean,
surely.
Yeah, but this, older man who's just like he was like a Mr. Magoo kind of detective. Mm-hmm. Hilarious to me. Yeah. Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson, not so much.
Yeah, I don't know why they would pick Liam Neeson.
I was like, were y'all trying to like work off of names?
Well, he's not comedic.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, and
I think they were trying to make it work by being like, okay, this is what you are typecast as, the guy who is going to save his daughter from a whole nother place,
and people up, and you're mean, and you're angry.
You got a set of skills. We got that. Mm-hmm. Now let's make you be funny, but it's a stretch.
So he's not that good of an actor to make himself.
No, it's not even that because, with Naked Gun, if anybody hasn't seen Naked Gun is one of those movies that's all satire. So therefore, he's like talking on the phone and he gets off the phone and, you have a flip phone from like back in the day and people would break it in half and throw it away. Now he's on the phone in the police precinct and then he gets off the phone, breaks it, and throws it away. So it's like that kind of comedy where it's like...
And it's like, no, but this is a real phone.
Yeah. Right. This is like a phone on your desk.
Yeah, this isn't your phone.
Yeah, he does it to somebody in a cab and was like, oh, I just broke my phone. Can I use yours? Uses the cabbie's phone or the...
And breaks it?
Yeah, and then breaks it. He was like, man, that was my phone.
Got it.
Like, yeah. But because it is that satire where he's supposed to be serious but having goofy things happen, he could pull it off. But one, I should never see Liam Neeson's knees or thighs.
Does he have pasty thighs? He has to have pasty thighs because how often do they get to see the light of day?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine Liam Neeson.
But I mean, you never know.
Like, just walking around in swim trunks and like.
He might be one of those guys. I could see him being one of those guys, like just at a pool. Like he has a pool at his own house, and he's sitting out there with swim trunks on and glasses and reading a book or something. Okay. I could see him doing that. Okay. But it's some of the comedic stuff was a stretch for him. Let's say that he did not have the
is it the timing?
the bandwidth to do it. Somebody else in that movie would have been able to do it better. I feel like
is it the comedic timing though? Like you gotta hit the right.
Well, no, it's not the time. It's not the timing or anything.
The script?
It's just it's not the script or anything. It's just maybe I've just grown out of that.
Well, you were a kid.
No, but no, because if it wasn't him, it would be so much funnier. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm saying like as like you see him as the guy from Taken.
Didn't get you to believe that he was no longer that person.
Yeah, no, it's the voice. It's that raspy voice where he's stern and So so it's like I can't see him like that, but there is a little bit of a play on some things in the movie, which is kind of cute. But no, I could definitely see somebody else doing it, and I think it would have been funnier if you would have had like Marlon Wayans doing it. And then,
but he's a funny person. You should pick a serious person.
No,
you think could do it.
No.
Okay.
Was Leslie Nielsen a funny person? Right. Mm-hmm. Leslie Nielsen, when he was an actor, when he was alive, he was a comedic actor.
Okay, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I was saying for them to try to flip it this way, then if they were trying to get a serious actor to be comedic, then what serious actor could be comedic and actually pull it off? That's where I was going.
Oh, yeah, I get that. But no, I feel like they needed a comedic actor for it, yes.
Actor to do it.
To be able to do that.
Maybe
and then
he really wanted to do it. Like, it was like his lifelong dream. Maybe, I don't know. To watch and just be like, you know what? One day I want to play that type of role.
I don't know. But let me go ahead and get into exactly what's going on with it. So, so you have Liam Neeson. I'm already mixing it up. Liam Neeson as Frank Durbin Jr., who is Leslie Nielsen's character's son.
Okay, gotcha.
So he is like a detective for Police Squad.
Yep.
And you do have some people who are in there. His chief, Chief Davis is CCH Pounder.
Okay.
So a lot of people will know her from like Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego. Mm-hmm. She was on that. She's been on a whole bunch of other things. But so she is supposed to be the person in charge and, telling him what he needs to do and what he doesn't need to do, cussing him out when he does something wrong. Mm-hmm. You cost the city this much money. The police squad is going to shut down if you do some dumb stuff like this again. So you do have her in here. You actually have Pamela Anderson in here. Looking very beautiful, even though she's not doing like all the makeup and everything, but she still looks good, like natural. So you have Pamela Anderson here, who is the love interest, because you always have to have a love interest, who also is in need of the detective.
Yes.
So she shows up. She has like this Jessica Rabbit statuesque type of look and everything, but then she says goofy stuff. So he's like, here, please take a chair. And she's like, no, thank you. I already have some at home. Right. Things like that. So, she does great. I think she does great playing the dumb blonde who actually is the gentleman who ends up getting killed for why they need the detective is her brother. So she's trying to figure out exactly what's going on. She said that I heard that you were the best. And he's just like, I mean, yeah, I guess so. And then he also works with Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Ed Hockin Jr., who is Chief Hockin from the original. Supposed to be his son.
Okay.
Now, he has like very slight roles in this, but then he also is working hand in hand with Lisa Koshy, who is Detective Barnes, and her. She was all over social media. She's been in a whole bunch of different movies, TV shows, and things like that. Like she was in a Family Affair, Transformers, Players, Work It. Okay. K-pop Demon Hunters. She's been in a lot of things, but she got her start from social media. Now, she is a detective who's supposed to be helping, but she's not really in everything. She's just when they're
yeah, she's been in everything.
Yeah,
I've been on around everything. Yeah, she did start on.
But she is the person who is just like when they're at the police precinct or police squad's precinct or whatever you want to call it. She's there being like the nerdy person who's like, yeah, I got this information for you, blah 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 blah. So she's kind of like a wing person. In the movie. Now there is a villain, and that's Danny Houston or Hudson.
Okay.
Houston.
Gosh, is she only 29 years old?
Yeah, she's not that old.
She's done a lot.
Yeah, she's done a lot. But he plays Richard Kane. Richard Kane is the Elon Musk type character that is in this movie. Now, as I'm watching this movie, I'm going to do a spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear this, fast forward. Okay. Just letting you know this right now. They took something from another movie and put it into this movie. So if you've ever seen what is it, Kingsman?
Yes.
The original Kingsman, the first Kingsman, there is a tone that goes off. This is the one with Samuel L. Jackson. There's a tone that goes off, and that tone turns everybody angry and enraged, and they all want to fight and kill each other. So now the plot of all of this is that this Kane man actually wants to, he's like, everybody already has their cell phones, and I've already made all these cars. So what we can do is we can have a frequency that when you play it from the phones in the cars, then that will make people have rage. When this happens, we can go to our underground bunker and live in there. We have enough food and water and everything. Okay. And then after everybody kills each other, the one person who's standing will then become part of our crew. And when we come back out of our cave and out of our bunker, now we have a whole new world to go ahead and restart how we want it done. And I was like, man, this sounds like the United States of America. So... but they did take that sound part from the Kingsman. Okay. So that's what I was like, hold on, this is I'm in the room watching. I was like, this has been done. You're stealing from other people, so now you're making a movie that was a classic. You're remaking it. It's okay. You should have put a different actor in there. Now you're stealing from another movie. How dare you? Who are you? You've changed.
But did they steal that from what really happened in real life, where they were playing those tones and making people like, I'm just wondering if it's not from the movie, it's from what happened in real life. And
you mean like the phones going off and exploding with people?
No. There was this place overseas that there was a tone that would play, and it wouldn't make people get angry, but it was like, it was bad. Like it was like it was a sonic wave. That's what it was. So maybe it wasn't a tone. Yeah. Never mind. Anyway, okay. Continue.
But so the whole story is basically you got Frank Drebin Jr., Frank Drebin Jr., who has his love interest, who is Beth Davenport, and they become love interest because she's trying to figure out who killed her brother, and you find out that Frank Kane is a bad guy, so now you're trying to figure out what it is that Frank Kane is doing, his whole process of doing it, why the brother was killed. And so it's like, actually, if it was just a regular movie and not a comedy, it would be a good movie. Trying to figure out why this guy got killed, who killed him, and then why this person with all this money wants to control the world. That's a great movie. That sounds like every movie after 2012 that ever came out. So this is an okay, but it's not a must-see. That's why I said that I feel like if they were to have made it more goofy, it would have been better. If they would have made it so outlandish that it would have been like, there's no possibility of any way that this happening, it would have been hilarious. So if they would have put Marlon Wayans in as Frank Drebin Jr. and being like, yeah, Dad, and looking at Leslie Nielsen, being like, yeah, Dad, I'm trying to be out here making you proud when you see his picture, you know what I'm saying? That would have been hilarious to me, because it's like, how did that even happen? Yeah. Like, was he adopted? And be like, say something, like, ever since I came out of your testicles or something like that. That would have made it funny. If you have funny things that are happening throughout the movie, then yes, it would keep my attention. But you got a serious actor who you're watching it at one point in time, and then it's funny, but then he said something that's like, oh yeah, that's so not what that should sound like. Like, he doesn't. I think that maybe he just doesn't have the delivery. Delivery is the issue. But I mean, it's like I said, it's a cute movie. It's a watch it or null. For me, it was a null because I'm like, you just screwed up the original, and I'm tired of people in my generation, in the generation of the elder millennials. I'm gonna need y'all to stop taking all the movies that you watched when you were younger and remaking them, trying to make them better. Use your brain. Find something else to write. Do something new. There should be no more Saws. There should be no more Fast and Furious. There should be no more. What is the one?
That's not taking an old movie. That's like still the same series.
But it's from when we were younger. Stop. But you're just redoing it and just adding stuff onto it.
Fans just want that versus it being a movie like Naked Gun that stopped.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
stopped, and now you're bringing. Back
Either way,
let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, just stop. Just be original. Just be original. If you want to make something like Saw and you want it to be, you make it original and make it instead of a little, clown looking thing coming out on a tricycle, make it a bear coming out on a tiny tricycle. Change it up to make it original, but it still has something.
On a unicycle.
A unicycle, a tiny unicycle. That would be something that you could change it up to. But I'm just saying, stop remaking films that are already perfectly made.
All right. Well, on that note.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to say one thing. Did you go into a deep dive of if they really are a couple? Because Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson have been saying their chemistry on set and how he says he has deep love for her.
Oh, yeah,
and they've been together and you see him with the kids and all of that. They may be a couple.
I don't care. I can tell you that.
Did you pick up on any of that?
I can tell you that one time when he kissed her. When he first kissed her, like their first kissing scene, the way that he was holding her, I was like, this man looked like he's been wanting to do this his whole life. Because he was like, he had his arm around her, but he had his left arm on the top of her left shoulder, holding her, wrapping around her. Yeah. He's a good big guy. So it's like, wrapping all the way around her. I was like, yeah, he been wanting this moment ever since Baywatch. I could tell. So, but I don't know. I didn't know if they were doing a thing or not.
Okay, well, I'm just going to do two quick hot topics. One is that Diddy was sentenced this week. So he will be spending 4 years in prison.
Oh, okay, good.
So he was sentenced, and I think he has a hefty fine to pay as well. So kind of the judge didn't.
And he's actually going to be in prison. They're not going to put like a ankle monitor on him or something.
That's the way that I understood what I read. So yes, I believe he is not getting out anytime soon. So So his sentencing, it says he gets 50 months in prison. So, yeah.
He needs to go ahead and do an OnlyFans page while he's in prison.
Oh, God.
Pay for all these fees.
How do you have an Okay, I'm not even going to ask.
What are you talking about?
People do everything. They're on TikTok in prison.
Do you do you not remember, rap artists were making albums?
Yeah.
In prison?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. We just had R. Kelly release a song where my residuals.
That wasn't really him.
Oh, the residual song wasn't him? I think it's a different song than the one that you were talking about with Toby.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is him then.
Yeah, no. He had a whole different song that he released that was the beat of Chris Brown's song and like the name of Chris Brown's song. But he was basically saying, okay, I'm over here in prison and y'all just using up my money, but where are my residuals? Where's my money at? So that was his thing. But he made it all while he was in prison.
Gotcha.
So I mean, if you can make an album while you were in prison, you can go ahead and make an OnlyFans.
You can do anything. Yeah. So, but yeah, it'll be Combs will get credit for the 12 months already served because I just noticed. I looked at. When I posted something for Sestra-Tainment, that it was last September that he went to, turned himself in. Okay. And he's also fined $500,000. So, yeah. So, anyway, they have Cassie, has spoken out and things like that. So, yeah. So, that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I shared. And the other thing is that ICE went into Chicago.
You took it right out of my mouth.
Yeah. ICE went into a neighborhood. I don't know. I guess it's probably considered to be like low-income housing or something like that, was looking for a particular Venezuelan gang, so they say. However, a lot of black people were detained, zip-tied, children even brought out with no clothes on at all.
Yeah.
They were putting all of the black people in one U-Haul kind of truck body in the back, and then all of the Hispanic people in a different one.
Yeah.
They said 30 people. Now they don't know where they are.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
But it was a lot of people. They disheveled the entire community. Like, when you look at the hallways and stuff, it's just their clothes and everything.
Yeah, it's everything, yeah.
It's all in disarray.
And you know what? They had a video. It was a lady who was she was at her apartment complex, and she's up in the air. And she's recording as ICE is walking through the street at night in Chicago. Yeah. And they look like
helicopters.
But no, they
look like the military operation.
They look like a military operation. It was so many of them. It had to have been maybe 12 across, maybe even more than that.
I think they said it was 30 plus people, units.
Yeah. So it was so many people that they were walking down the street. Granted, it was a one-way street, but they're walking down the street in between the cars on both sides.
That's crazy.
And on the sidewalk.
It's crazy.
And they're just walking around like that. It's ridiculous. I saw that they were chasing after a Chinese food delivery person who was on a bike.
Oh, I did see that. And he got
away.
About me yelling at my
phone. Yeah, he got away.
Get on the bike. I was like, get on there.
Well, as soon as he was running and he made that left, I was like, oh, he good.
Yeah,
he good.
I was like, oh my god.
He out there. He out there. And it was electric bike too. All you had to do was pedal a couple of times and hit it.
You don't even know who he is, if he's American, if he's not. So
it doesn't matter to ICE.
Assumptions based on the fact of, oh, you look Asian. Maybe you're not supposed to be here.
So that means that they're going to go for African Americans, saying, well, we're trying to figure out if you're actually African.
No, they're going to figure out whether or not you are a drug dealer.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying when they get you to be like, well, how did we not know that you weren't from Africa and that you were here illegally?
Well, they already had,
and I'd be like, I am from Africa and I am here illegally, and you brought me here.
Brought us here, right? Exactly. But no, so there was a guy who was something with the school, and not a principal, but something with the college,
like a counselor or something like that.
He ended up being like the head of the school, whatever it is. Maybe he was
like
the
a
dean,
chancellor,
maybe a chancellor, or dean, or something like that. And he ended up having to resign because he was not supposed to be here. So he has to go back. So like you said, some people, maybe they are supposed to be in Africa. I don't know. But they said that they were also zip tying homeless people.
Oh, yeah. They don't want the homeless people there
at
anyway.
all.
But then it's like, hey, we want you to get a job. And it's like, okay, when I fill out this application, I got to put down an address. Yeah. We're going to say, bus stop 12?
Right, exactly.
Then it's like, okay, so now I can't give you a job because you don't have an address. No. It's like, okay, have to say the UPS store. Yeah, if I had a shelter, then I could use that as the address. But they shut down some of the shelters, so therefore, the homeless are always going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's just craziness that's happening with all of that. It's one thing after another.
America.
And I was looking at a video where a woman was trying to just be a advocate for somebody who they were trying to come in and, or like, I guess they were saying that this person needed to be detained. And she was like, okay, well, where's your warrant for them to be detained? And it was in a hospital. And they were like, get out of the way. You are being in the way of us being able to detain this person. Like, you are obstructing justice.
Yeah, I did see that, yeah. And they were saying at the doorway?
Was that no.
Okay, I saw another one
of the different things that happened, right? And so this guy just was in regular clothes with like the thing around his waist or whatever. And it's like, how do I even know who you are?
Who are you? Yeah.
What official badge are you showing? What, like, this could be any random person on the street who's just like, oh, I am a citizen's arrest, basically, and I can arrest you. And it's like, but you don't even have any proof that you are who you say you are. And some of these people are walking around with masks on. So can you even trust that
because that, and I feel like that should be against the law.
That shouldn't be available. If you are going to go around doing that, then you need to show your face.
Exactly.
But you're too scared to show your face because you don't want the repercussions of what's going to happen to you. Because
then also the thing is, how do you, like, so let's say that you work for ICE, but you always have your face all covered up. I just grab your badge and I cover my face up. Now I say that I'm you.
Right.
And what are you going to do? This is my badge number, blah, 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 blah. This is my name. But you can't tell if it's actually that person or not because you can't see that person.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of them are covering their faces.
All of them are covering their faces because they're scared.
But that's the thing. Why would you be scared if you feel like you're doing what you should be doing?
Because
you're scared because you know that you're not supposed to be doing that.
Because they're... So South Park, once again, did an episode about the school counselor from the school. And they were like, hey, guess what? You don't have a job anymore. We got somebody else. And that's when they brought in PC, but not PC principal, but PC principal brought in Jesus. Okay. So Jesus is a new counselor. So with that, they were like, hey, you want to get some money? I work for ICE. We got $100,000. You can get $100,000 for your salary plus a $20,000 sign-on bonus.
Yeah, right. And you probably get money for every bonus a person that you bring in.
Exactly. So therefore, it's money makes the world go round.
So anywho, but so this is the life that we are dealt right now.
Yeah, just check. Hey guys, if you're in another country, check on your American friends and make sure they're okay because we're not.
Yeah, and all of us didn't.
We're not.
Vote for this.
Yeah, we did not.
And I think that they know. They know we did not. But they probably are feeling for us. This is when I need to watch Gogglebox. See what the other side of the world is saying. It's been a long time.
You know what? Maybe we should send like videos to people overseas and be like, can you record yourself looking at what's happening in the United States, and then send me a video back.
Yeah, it won't matter.
But no, but then you'll be able to put that on social media. Now you're a millionaire. Now you can go in the bunker.
This is why we need to leave. I mean, the thing is if they're deporting, that's great. But this isn't what they're doing. They're detaining. Yeah. So that's the issue. Like, if you were going to deport me, then I'd be like, okay, well, where are you sending me?
So Gavin Newsom, I just saw that he was speaking recently, and he had some things to say. But basically what he was saying is, you really think that Trump is going to run again?
No, I saw that. I saw when
and he was like,
stop laughing, y'all. I'm serious.
Yeah, he's like, serious. He's not running again. He just took the White House and made this big. He's changed big ballroom. Everything now in the Oval Office is white and gold.
Ripping up stuff.
Yeah, he's ripping up stuff. He's making it his home. He's not going anywhere.
Nowhere. And when he goes, it's going to be feet first.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. And with one of his children then being the next person in line because now it's
because he's going to be like that. But then maybe it'll be Tiffany. Maybe Tiffany will be in line. That's the one that he does not like. And maybe that's the one that we would all like. We don't know.
She's not in line. I mean, that's the likelihood of that is the likelihood of Harry being the king of England. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's I mean, people will want it.
Too far down the line. That's the
Can we get Prince Harry to run for president over here?
No, you have to be born in the U.S. in order to be a president. Yep. That's a rule. That's why Schwarzenegger never ran.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I want to see Trump's. Whatchamacallit. I want to see
birth certificate. Oh, so there will be birthers like
I want to see his birth certificate.
That's probably why he pushed so hard for Obama because he wasn't even born here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Usually, whatever he pushes,
he's probably he's probably like born in Germany or something.
You never know.
I see where his lineage comes from.
Interesting if it was Mexico.
It would be awesome because then we could deport him.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Well, that's your episode of
Sestra-Tainment.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.